welcome back to the Beverage Podcast, episode 11.
11.
We're back from the dead.
From the dead.
Being dead it's okay.
Yeah. It's kind of fun being an inanimate object.
Yep. We actually haven't moved all week. We've just been laying here.
Dead.
And then we got bored, so we got back up.
Letting the stank roll.
Let the stank roll.
Stank roll. LeBron James.
So, Marcus, what'd you do this week? You went on a little trip, didn't you?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Well, I went to the Lake of the Ozarks with some friends and stuff, and we
Suplexed a bear.
suplexed a bear.
Gave a
and
doomsday device to a
doomsday
baby
device
to his cubs.
and I saw a lizard.
Saw a lizard.
Yep. Probably the nerdiest thing I did all week so far was I played some, I think it was Majora's Mask on the way up there. DS, it was great. Loved it. Beat the first bad guy. So
Well, I never played that one.
it's pretty cool.
I didn't I played Link to the... Which one is it? It's the first... I think it's just Legend of Zelda. Isn't it? I couldn't get past
one,
like
NES.
the Deco tree part. That was terrible. But that was when I was that was before the internet.
Yeah.
If you couldn't figure out a game, you had to ask your friends or just move on to another game.
You had to find that specific Nintendo power that told you exactly what to do. Yeah.
Or buy a strategy guide.
Yeah. Good old days.
That's what most of my video gaming experiences is. Play it till you don't know what to do and then return it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I usually rent it. So you played Majora's Mask.
Yep. Had a good time.
Did you go with Trey or I saw
Yeah.
some pictures. I don't know if that's where we were.
Yeah, went with Trey and Abby and my wife Joanne, and it was a good time. Real good time.
What about me? What did I do?
Yeah,
Thanks for asking.
What'd you do?
That was a great impression of me.
That was. You sounded just like me.
Well, excuse me. I watched Scanners. Oh, that's great for everyone at home.
Sorry, did I interrupt you?
Sorry. Marcus's pet elephant just came through the
Were
room.
you talking?
What is it, Dumbo?
Tantor, calm down!
Okay, sorry. He's very moody. He's in heat right now, so. I watched a movie called Scanners. Have you ever heard of it? It's where the image of that guy's head exploding comes from.
I feel like I've heard of it.
It's about psychics, and they scan people's brains, and it's very like painful when they do it. Like people like their nose starts to bleed, and they're just like get a headache. It's not very like X-Men, where it's just like I scan your brain and you're fine. It's like a very like violent process.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, and then one of the main bad guy like makes this guy's head explode because he tries to scan him. So yeah, I watched that. It was pretty good. And
How old is it?
Might be from the 80s or the 90s.
So we know it's good.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Am I supposed to be like up close to the microphone, or is it better to sit back really far so it sounds like you're distant and can't be heard very well?
You should probably be heard.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I watched Monster Squad.
Nice. How was that?
Great. I rewatched it, but it's really good. And then I've been reading more of The Flash from Jeff Johns, which is good. I've been getting... I had Apple and Pork this past weekend, and I sold a bunch of my comics. I made like a lot. There's still some left, so if you want some, any of you listeners, come to my house and buy them. That's it.
All right, for anybody, I'm going to put this up close to the microphone so you can see what the scanner's picture looks like.
Yep, it's a picture of that guy's head exploding.
And there you go. But yes, go to Tucker. He's got comics he'd like to sell, and they're amazing. Mm-hmm. Tucker doesn't have no crap.
That's right. I had some guys that were like, they wanted single issues because my sign just said comic books. Mm-hmm. And they think they were disappointed because they wanted single issues, but all I had was trades.
Bum, 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 bum.
And they just come in and look around and be like, oh, you got any single issues? And I'd be like, bitch, I sell those to you. Keeping those for me.
That's where the real money's at. You'll give me like $1,000 per comic. I'll be glad to sell it to you.
Yep, and then they walk away sad to the Scrubs music. I've been listening to this podcast called Scald.
Yeah.
It's like a serialized story about a barbarian where this guy tells a story in this one long take. It's because Skald stands for Scandinavian Bard, which is like the style of like telling a long story like bards used to. And it's really dark. Like in the second episode, he gets addicted to drugs.
Oh.
It's very like swords and sorcery. He's like traveling through different realms, and we're learning about it as we go. And it's like he's a very self-destructive character because he gets really mad and then he just starts killing people. He's a Conan type person. And I've been getting, on top of Magic, my friend's getting me into HeroClix. Have you ever played HeroClix?
I never got into that. I've got a couple for whatever random reason, but yeah, I never did it.
That's fun.
Is it like I don't even know what you do with it, like how you play.
You get your team. Each like click has like a point total, and you like say a total like 600, and then you would get enough people who all dials add up to 600, and that'll be your team. And there's a movement, there's defense, there's your damage, there is your range, and how many people you can hit on each dial. And they're like colored blocks, so if you're like your movement number has like a green block, you have a little card, and then you would look on there, and that means that you have like charge, which means you can move and then hit someone. And like each person like can do that. Some people have flight and all sorts of stuff, and every time you click it, you might have different colored boxes which activate different abilities. So like the Hulks, the lower you get, the more of the blocks are lit up, because the more he gets damaged, the stronger he gets. So that was fun. I did an Inhumans versus just like random ones he had in the store, like in a box. I just picked some out for him, and that was fun.
Nice.
So I've been like writing down different scenarios I want to do. My friend Ian's trying to get like 2,000 points of like Ultron drone, Shield agents, and Avengers. And he has this big like helicarrier map, which is like 3 things long.
Jeez.
So yeah,
that's amazing.
I've been making a big old list, just one I want to do. So, can you think of any like scenarios off your head that you don't know much about it, but they have the War of the Lights set, which is like all the ones from Blackest Night, like Atrocitus and Larfleeze, and it was Marvel and DC.
That's awesome.
I wanted to do like a Orange Lantern Larfleeze, like he's like him, and then like a bunch of constructs, and like everybody versus him, and he like has his lantern. No, it's mine. Mine.
He's such a douche.
Cover up my Larfleeze tattoo. Sorry. Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, great, groovy. Penis.
They don't have the. I made like a wish list. There's a site called coolstuff.inc or coolstuffinc.com. And I made like they have like all of them, and I like made a big wish list. And they don't have. I wanted the Alan Scott Kingdom Come with like the armor, like the Green Lantern form.
Yeah.
I really want that one, but they don't have it.
Well, that sucks.
I have Scarecrow Yellow Lantern though, because he's like my favorite.
That's awesome. I love that.
I have all those guys, so. Yeah. Okay, let's get into it, boy.
Get into it.
Our continuing coverage of Pacific Rim 2 are officially off the schedule and postponed indefinitely. And I brought it for you to watch.
So now
Blu-ray
I can finally say I've
DVD
seen it.
combo. I didn't know what you had.
I have DVDs, so it's a great thing you brought the combo.
Good thing I bought it.
Good thing you bought it.
I was looking through my DVDs and I was like, I've gotten rid of most of them. And they're mostly just superhero movies.
The good things remain.
Yeah. Because if the apocalypse happens, I want to have them.
Mm-hmm.
Hard copy.
Yeah, because without comic books and comic book movies, we wouldn't know what to do with the strange things that show up in the universe.
Exactly.
We'll be leaps and bounds ahead of the normal people.
Right, because we'll have eaten them.
Exactly. We'll have eaten them. Eaten their dead bodies.
That's one of them now.
That was a cat.
That was your cat. How many pets do you have? You have an elephant and a cat?
Where's my dolphin at?
Oh my god, is it sick?
He's got Down syndrome.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Anyway.
Okay, let's move along.
Before I become offensive, let's
I think I've
talk
kind
about
of
comic
beaten
book stuff.
the Pacific Rim story to death. I bring it up the last 3 weeks. I'm in denial, I think.
Pacific Rim 2 canceled.
Pacific Rim 2, son of Pacific Rim. Alright, let's move on. Did you look at any of these?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't get it.
Yeah, I actually saw him last night.
Okay, cool. Let's move on.
I'm somewhat informed.
There's a Black Panther series.
Black Panther.
There was like rumored that they were going to do a new one. And surprisingly, I think both the artist and the writer are actually black people.
Huh.
Which is, they've been saying, there's been some controversy about like representation with Marvel, because they were gonna do a Blade series and they were gonna have a white guy write it, and people got all up like, just hire a black person to write it. And then which I thought was kind of funny, was that they're doing the Red Wolf series, which is about a Native American guy.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, the colorist is Native American. And he's like, it has nothing to do with this. He just colors it. Which is not a knock to colorists, but
yeah,
it's just like they hired him to just to like fill a slot. What's that called when they do that?
Affirmative action?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the fact that they're making a big deal out of it is absolutely ridiculous. You should just find people that are good at writing it. Because I thought the whole thing about racism was that color and race didn't matter, you know.
Right.
Not saying they should all be white writers or black writers, but if you're obviously making a big deal out of all this, then maybe there aren't any black writers that really care about writing it or drawing it or anything like that. You know, why force an issue?
Yeah. This
Anyway.
guy's like, he wrote for like New York Times or something, or it's like,
And now he's going to draw a comic book?
or he's writing it. I don't know
Writing it.
who the artist was. I should have written that down on here. Let me just click on my piece of paper and hyperlink to. Well, yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna give it a shot, but you know me, I stick to the same writers forever.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll be good. I don't know.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know how it turns out.
Yeah, baby.
Baby!
Because I want him to go with the storyline from, because in Avengers vs. X-Men, Namor like attacked Wakanda. Now like him and Black Panther are in like a little tiff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've said that like Namor versus Black Panther is sort of like the Batman versus Superman of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see that like as a series. I'd love to see like an Atlantis Wakanda War mini or something.
That'd be cool. Because aren't Black Panther's powers, isn't he pretty much just everything is heightened? Like, he's strong,
he's like
he can
Captain
jump.
America style. He's like strong and fast and stuff.
Yeah, and he's even like stronger and faster than Captain America or something, right?
I thought they were kind of even. Maybe just by a little bit. I don't know. And he's also like super smart. He has all these gadgets, all sorts of stuff.
So it's like if you took like Captain America, Mr. Fantastic, and Batman and stuck them all together.
Mr. Fantastic. Oh, was smart. So I was like, he doesn't stretch, you idiot. Baby.
I can feel you kiss from the road. No. out in the grave. Boo! Anyway.
Baby!
You said Batman, and I automatically thought of the greatest Batman movie ever.
Batman and
that
Robin.
Song. Yeah.
Batman and Robin with Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Whichever one it was. Yeah, that was the greatest one of all time.
And then Batman Forever was the last one, right?
Sure.
I was in Tim. Who is it?
I don't think Tim Burton was involved in those two.
Well, it says universe.
Okay. Well, yeah.
It's that style.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Schumacher. How about that? Chill out.
It's time to chill.
I'm afraid my condition has left me cold. Do you please for mercy? What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! I think that they should do the Mr. Freeze again. Just have Arnold come back and do it again.
It was the greatest performance of all time.
Of our generation?
Of our generation.
Of any generation?
Any generation.
And that's a beverage decree.
Decree!
Fight me.
That is a beverage decree! Bite me. Alright, moving on.
Moving on. Hugh Jackman wants Tom Hardy to replace him as Wolverine. Yes or no?
I was doing a lot of thinking about this, and I still don't know what my answer is.
Do you think they should replace him, or should they just say that Wolverine's gone? They're focusing on other X-Men, which they probably won't do.
Well, if they're already bringing in new people to play the different X-Men, and if they're going to be doing like Days of Future Past run, might as well bring in somebody new. Mm-hmm. Like bring in Tom Hardy. He could be like a younger version or whatever.
Yeah, but they've already like shown him in the past. Yeah. In First Class, he was in that bar, and it's clearly Hugh Jackman is there.
Yeah, but
and he was in Days of Future Past too.
Their continuity in those movies is pretty bad anyways, so we could just do it and be like, oh, it just happened.
It could be like James Bond. It's just like, he's different now, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to have a crappy-looking apocalypse, then why not change up Wolverine?
Right.
So, yeah, I feel like Tom Hardy could be a good candidate for it. He looks all right in a beard.
Okay.
The thing that makes me not think he'd be that great of a Wolverine is his lips. His lips are too soft.
Too soft and kissable.
Yeah. Other than that, I feel like he'd be all right.
You don't think Wolverine has a soft, kissable lips?
No, well, I suppose he could, because if he's got a healing factor, regardless of what he does to it, they're going to end up like healing and being amazing all the time. So I suppose it could work. It just doesn't make him. He could look super rugged and then have really kissable lips. That's how he drew Jean Grey in.
Mm-hmm. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. I will kiss you with a phoenix. Okay, if not Tom Hardy, who should play him? Who should replace him?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. Or his brother River.
Who? River? Who's that?
River Phoenix? Well, he's dead, but...
Oh, sorry. What? Seriously, Joaquin Phoenix? Or...
No!
I was thinking about, like, maybe.
If you can do a good Johnny Cash, you can do a good Wolverine.
Oh, yeah, that is true. That's an acting staple.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a man crush on Hugh Jackman anyway, so I don't want anybody but him playing Wolverine, so.
How about anybody throughout time?
Anybody?
Any actor.
Anybody?
From the past. I know who I want. The guy who played Mario in Super Mario.
Yeah! That's a great idea.
He's short and he's stocky and he's angry.
Yep.
And he's hairy.
That's true.
What's that guy's name?
I know who you're talking about. He's in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember his name.
I want him to be Wolverine. So like a 1980s. No, I was in the 90s.
Yeah,
let's put it in the 80s. He's Wolverine. Arnold is Colossus. That's all the 80s people I know.
Yeah, that's close enough. Danny DeVito is Wolverine.
All right. We're getting too short and angry now. So Mr. Stallone is Cyclops.
Mm-hmm. No, he'll be Jean Grey.
Okay.
Look up the psychic beam coming at you.
I don't know enough 80s actors to do this. I need to stop.
Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Mr. T could be the Thing, because he's an X-Man now.
Mr. T.
I pity the fool. Don't touch my rock penis.
I titty the fool. Oh, wait, what? Okay. I think that's enough Wolverine. Who do you think should play Wolverine? Let us know.
Let us know.
In the comments down below.
In the comments down
below. Send me an angry worded email about why you think I'm wrong.
Please do so.
And then delete it.
Unless you don't got the brass.
What? What does metal have to do with it? I don't understand. Oh, baby! I can pay you to a kiss from a roof.
Tantor, I'm singing!
Tantor! Quit humping my leg, it's broke.
No, keep doing it.
Okay. Robbie Amell, the guy who plays Firestorm on Arrow, wants to do a Batman Beyond movie. And he described it as a character study, like a cheaper, down-to-earth version of it, since they already have their Batman franchise set up with Ben Affleck. So he's saying, let's do a little side thing with Batman Beyond.
Yeah, that seems really cool. I loved that cartoon. I always thought it was really groovy. I was kind of thinking if they did something, they could do something like, I don't know, not quite as extreme as the Sin City with that, but they could do something similar to that, to where it's a little darker, it's a little more interesting and animated rather than just have another, like, realistic
That would be cool,
movie.
like, black and white, and then the only color is, like, the red on his chest symbol.
Yeah, that could be real, and, like...
and they could be like fading in the background, like in a scene with some bad guys talking at the end. It's like it fades in, like he was there the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I feel like something like that could be cool. And again, yeah, like a little bit grittier Batman type thing because he's a little bit. I mean, it's in the future and things only get worse, so it's going to be worse off than Batman is now.
And Clint Eastwood as old man. Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, that'd be great. I got really old and really skinny over the years. Have my suit. Make my day.
Or no, Michael Caine as old man Batman. Turned into my butler.
My butler. Yeah, I like the idea. That. I feel like it would be much better served in a movie than on like a TV show or anything like that, because that would ruin it. It needs to be.
They could do it like Dredd. Have you ever seen Dredd?
Yeah, Dredd was good.
Like they're in a building the whole time or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's doing one case and he's like something like that.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be crazy or elaborate, but you get the idea of him and get to see him doing cool stuff in action and everything, and yeah, that'd be groovy. Doesn't have to be a stupid series or anything like that, and make 3,000 movies.
Right.
And you don't have to have Ben Affleck.
All right. I read it last night. I don't know if this one was on it. Infinity War will mark the end of the Avengers. So I'm going to read this quote real quick, all right?
Quote it!
It definitely is an end to some version of the team that we've come to know in the Avengers. For who knows exactly what's going to happen yet in that film, but I think this version of that team, and I think... This version of that team, and I think we hint to it at the end of Age of Ultron that the team will be evolving. And one of the things that we'll love from the comics is that the roster is always changing. New people are coming onto the team, and you and pick up an Avengers book 10 years later, and you don't recognize the people on the cover, but the ideas and ideals that make the Avengers still exist, and I think that's part of what this culmination will be. We're seeing this version of the team doing this thing to save the universe, the galaxy, however you want to put it, and then we'll kind of see where that goes. It's not the end of the cinematic universe, but I think it's the end of part of it, for sure. We're still trying to sort out which parts. What do you think that means?
I kind of feel like maybe it means that they're just going to they're not necessarily ending it, but they're just changing in the rosters. So I feel like maybe, and I don't know if all of the current characters would be out of it and they're going to fully change it or whatever, but I feel like it's not like a end to it, the franchise, but maybe it could be because they're making a lot of movies out of it, but or maybe they'll just do that and then do some side movies for other people and then do another big Avengers thing. I don't know.
Who do you think's gonna die at the end? Somebody's gonna die, I bet.
I feel like they should.
Thor might die in Ragnarok. That's his next movie, Thor Ragnarok. And then Captain America, they keep telling Sebastian Stan that he's gonna be Captain America. But then Chris Evans is like, hey, I'll play him as many times as I want. Mm-hmm. And then...
yeah, well, I feel like if they're doing the Civil War thing, then probably, logically to me, Captain America would be the one to die.
Right.
Like they could have it all going on, like the Civil War thing, and somehow tie it in there, and then he gets assassinated. Mm-hmm. Or dies in some other way.
Yep.
That would be my thought.
Yep. You think Iron Man will die? Even he's like the Superman of that universe, so.
Yeah, I feel like he can't. He's too pretty to die. And they need his money.
Who knows? So
only the Shadow knows!
Who do you want to see on the new version of the Avengers team? Who's your picks?
I always liked Spider-Man on the Avengers. Mm-hmm. I feel like if Thor dies, they should bring in Beta Ray Bill. That'd be awesome.
Beta Ray Bill?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be probably difficult to make look cool in a movie, but, the idea is there. Wasn't Black Panther on the Avengers for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he'd be great on there. Maybe somehow bring in Sentry or something like that.
Sentry?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think Sentry's kind of deep. People don't really like him because he's crazy.
Yeah. He's still awesome.
When I heard that people don't like the Sentry, I was like, what? He's cool.
Yeah. People are idiots. All of you!
Hey. America. Sentry's cool. Eat my dick. You can quote me on that. Quote me on that. Send him to the president.
Quoted.
I can't do an Obama impression. Doctor says that the Sentry is cool. You can eat a dick. Thank you. God bless America. Thanks, Obama.
Hey.
You're welcome, Senior Man. Going back to the White House. I think that was pretty bad.
Don't let the door hit your wiener on the way out.
I'll try. Ow. I don't think you got it.
No.
No.
I told him too late. My apologies.
Mr. President, we apologize. Putting your big old donger stuck in the door. So. Okay. So, Sentry, Black Panther, Beta Ray Bill, and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's your Avengers team.
That's my pick. Throw Sasquatch in there too if you want. I don't care.
Sasquatch of Alpha Flight can be in there. They haven't done anything with Alpha Flight. I wonder if they are owned by the X-Men.
I don't know.
Alpha Flight, if you don't know, is the Canadian superhero team. And one of the people on it is Sasquatch, which is a mutant. Is he a mutant? Or do you know?
I think he...
And he can turn into a Sasquatch. He's sort of like the Hulk, but he turns into a Sasquatch instead of...
I think he got his powers through scientific experimentation.
Okay. Well, I'd love for him to do New Avengers with Luke Cage, Wolverine. That's a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Sentry, Iron Man, Captain America.
Yeah, that was a
If
good
they
run.
can't do Wolverine, they could throw Black Panther on there instead.
Mm-hmm. Or Spider-Man 2099. Yeah, bring in Darkhawk. Dark.
That's me waiting for a Darkhawk movie.
Or even like a reissue of New Comics.
I've got all the comics except for number 50. Did I ever said this story on here? I won an eBay auction with it said 50 issues of Darkhawk. There are 50 issues of the series, and then I got 50 issues, but 2 of them were the same one, and I didn't get issue 50.
Oh, that's garbage.
And there's 50 issues in his run. The whole run is 50 issues.
So you're just waiting on number 50.
So I just need number 50. I got all of them.
That's garbage.
Most of the good ones are near the beginning. It gets kind of weird near the end. He's like in space and all this stuff. In space! Pigs in space!
That's a Muppet reference for anybody that doesn't know.
Muppets. If you don't know what a Muppet is...
Well, it's not quite a mop. It's not quite a puppet, but man... I don't know. Is that a question? I don't know.
So yes, I want Kermit on my Avengers team. He can replace the Hulk. You won't like me when I'm angry. That's a terrible Kermit impression.
That's really close. Gorge.
Okay, here's our question of the day. Are you ready?
Question of the day.
You could cast one D&D spell infinitely every day. Which one would it be?
This is the one I was going to look up because I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons.
This is... I heard this on Fantasy Fiction, which is another podcast I like. And they said sleep. So if you got to get up early, just be like, sleep. Fall asleep. See if I get I was thinking in an animate object. So if you're like, oh, the remote's too far away, bloop, and then you get somebody walks over to you.
That'd be awesome.
Or if you have to move, just be like, bloop. It could be like the Magician's Assistant with Mickey when he makes the mops, and they're like, they all just pile into the moving truck by yourself. Or if you're being mugged and like, give me your money, and then he's like, bloop, the gun comes alive. Boop, turns on him.
Turns around and slaps him in the nuts. That'd be awesome. But you really hope the gun's not really angry at you, because then he'd just still shoot you.
You control it.
Control your face.
Just like boop, and then the slide falls out. Click, click. Boop, boop. Hear his underwear. Give him a wedgie.
I like that idea.
Probably get really lazy though. That's one of the things I always thought. It's like, shouldn't Nightcrawler be really fat if he teleports everywhere?
He's got diabetes.
You'd never walk anywhere.
I wouldn't. Maybe it takes a lot of energy to poof.
Maybe. It takes a lot of concentration, I know that. I mean, teleport is a spell you could use.
Oh, I just went all over the room in here with my teleport.
I know, it smells disgusting.
Dude, I'm like 150 pounds now. That's amazing.
What do you gain 10 pounds every time you teleport?
I'd still do it.
10 pounds?
10 pounds.
You have to like work out for how long? Like a week or 3 weeks? I don't know anything about weight loss.
The more carbs you eat, the skinnier you get. And sugar really helps with that too.
Wait, what? Don't trick me. I don't know anything about this. Alright, I'm gonna eat a whole loaf of bread. Stop poofing.
Snick it. Snick it. Snick it. Episode 12, all we're really going to do is we're going to reenact all of the sounds from the Marvel Universe the whole time.
Zap.
Snick it. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Galactus on the toilet.
Oh, give me the galactic plunger.
Yeah, you like that? Yawn action.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last question for the day. This might be a short episode. You have anything?
What is the last question of the day?
That was it. The D&D one was the last one. You should have done some research.
Yeah, I should have.
Let's ask Suri.
Siri!
Just a minute.
Waiting.
Right, sorry. I want her to say it.
That may be beyond my abilities at the moment.
Shut up, Suri.
She's such a sassy.
Suri, what's every single Dungeons and Dragons spell ever?
Let me check on that.
Aw,
Here's
she's
what I found
helpful.
on the web for every single Dungeons and Dragons spell ever.
That's not what I said!
I'm not sure I understand.
You stupid bitch. I want every single Dungeons and Dragon spell ever.
Okay, give me a moment. The answer is ever.
No, I don't want you to spell the word ever. You're freaking dead to me. Suri, you're dead to me.
If you insist.
The phone starts bleeding all of a sudden.
My phone just started. My phone just died. The battery just died.
If you insist. So the new Star Wars movie, I'm ready for it. That's
You
all I
are
got.
ready for it.
Yeah.
What are you most excited for? What do you want to see?
All of it. I just want to see what goes. I haven't looked into anything that's supposed to happen in it. I've only seen the trailers and a little behind the scenes stuff. And I'm trying to be excited or surprised when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm looking forward
What
to seeing.
don't you want to happen? Like you're watching it and then want something, and you're like, no, I don't want to see that.
Flashbacks to young Anakin. Don't want that at all.
Okay.
And I'm really interested to see if this new dude in it is a Jedi or whatever, because they're showing him with a lightsaber on the front on the poster and everything for it. So we'll see if he's a Jedi or if he's not. I know that Kylo Ren is not really a Jedi.
Right.
He's just a bad dude. So we'll see how they tie all that in. But I'm sure there's going to be a new Jedi because they said it's an awakening. So
Right.
every time I watch that trailer, I just get all giddy and giggly, and it's amazing. And I really can't wait to see Mark Hamill in a beard.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready for some Luke Skywalker action.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker has the best career ever, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Cause he's he played Luke Skywalker, which is this ultimate character, and then he's a super cool dude about it at all the conventions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets to go and be the Joker, the definitive version of the Joker,
Mm-hmm.
for however long it was. Well, it's been, has to be at least 10 years, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then, after all that time of playing these two awesome characters, you get to go back and play Luke Skywalker again.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be amazing. And I'm super pumped to see, old Han and Chewie and everything.
I've heard rumor that Wicket gets killed. I said this in I think it was episode 7 when Kyle Bucket guest starred. We talked about Star Wars. But I am not for Wicket dying. Because I liked Ewoks. Because I was a child when I saw those movies. So.
That means the end of Warwick Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you kill a character in Star Wars, you have to kill their real person that's inside of them. That's
what happened to the guy who played Darth Vader.
I wonder if Kenny Baker is actually coming back to be R2-D2 again.
I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure they actually have what's his face? It's C-3PO.
I think so. I don't know.
I can't remember his name.
Wasn't he just CG in the prequels?
A lot of it was, unfortunately.
Most of that movie was CG.
Yeah. I do like that they got...
I've heard a lot of
Peter
rumors,
Mayhew
but I
back.
don't want to ruin the movie for you.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't. I'm gonna punch you right
Well,
in the
Jabba the Hutt is the new Jedi.
jaw.
Jar Jar Binks is a cyborg. He comes back as a cyborg.
Okay, I could watch that.
He's mostly RoboCop. Imagine RoboCop. I think it's the same costume except for the mouth is Jar Jar's beak.
Misako Jar Jar Binks, 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 Binks.
You're a mover, you creep. Misa, arrest you.
He's having a meltdown. Kill it.
They're gonna go to an all female planet. There's a 20-minute orgy scene. I read this.
So it'll be like 300 all over again.
Oh yeah.
A Gungan orgy.
We're
going home!
There's a saber fight during that scene, but not the one you think.
Oh, God. We should probably end the podcast now.
Oh, we got 20 minutes. Let's go till 50. We can go till then.
Talking about saber fights.
Yes.
Dinosaurs.
Yes.
Dino DNA.
Dino DNA.
Jurassic World. Amazing.
I hated it.
Shut up, Tucker. I'll kill you dead.
Let's have a little debate.
Debate.
The
Jurassic World debate.
Beat it.
All right. Tucker, you have the floor.
It's trash. What's the movie about? Who's the main character? Is it Chris Pratt? It doesn't show up till 20 minutes into the movie. What kind of movie is it? I don't know. It's stupid. Jurassic Park is sort of like a horror movie, kinda. This is kind of like a monster movie. No, that's not what it was. Jurassic Park is a movie about dinosaurs, and this is a monster movie. Why did that girl get tortured to death? That guy that was showing them around, she gets picked up by multiple pterodactyls and then eaten by a fish. Why? We weren't meant to not like her. She didn't do anything to us, but she gets murdered for no reason.
Somebody's got to die.
Why is she running from a T-Rex in heels? Why is there no scientists here? Why is everyone a military person? In the original Jurassic Park, there's actually an archaeologist there.
Yeah. Well, you have to look at it as the original. They needed archaeologists and other people like that to come and approve of the park and say, they needed real people to say, this is great. So now they've reopened the park. They've already had that stuff in the past. It's like, let's do it differently. We'll go in. And they've still got B.D. Wong, for crying out loud.
Yeah, but why is it that the guy who's training dinosaurs an ex-military person?
Because he's the only one that's got skills. Scientists don't know how to train stuff and use it to work and things like that. Scientists know about bubbles and blood. That's all they know. They don't know how to train.
But a military person, what do they have to do with animals? He doesn't say he has like a degree in like training.
It's implied, don't you? When you pan past the house, you can see a thing where it says, "I have a degree in training dinosaurs."
It doesn't.
He was a tracker in the military, and he's Chris Pratt.
He track dinosaurs?
He tracks with dinosaurs.
It doesn't make any sense. Why is he... He's like, I'm good with a gun. You're hired. Train these velociraptors. Do you have any experience with dinosaurs? Does anyone? At least if you like worked with, like, if you had like a zoology degree, I'd believe it. But I feel like everyone these days is like an ex-military person.
Yeah, it's easier that way.
Just like, I think it's just like, if you say you're ex-military, everyone's just like, oh, well, yeah, he knows what he's doing.
We'll put him in there. Yeah.
That's how I get most of my jobs.
It was an amazing monster movie. If you look at the specifics, of Jurassic Park, for crying out loud, there are so many screw-ups and everything, but it was an amazing movie. because it's got dinosaurs in it, and that's what everybody wanted to see. The storyline was okay in Jurassic World. I will not defend the storyline. I will defend the dinosaurs.
And then there's a line in it. I don't remember. It's been a long time. Where it's like they're talking about how they needed. They talking about the genetically altered dinosaur. It's like they want to get scared. People get bored with dinosaurs, so they have to make a dinosaur that's bigger and scarier. And that's kind of what the whole movie is.
Yeah,
it's a dinosaur that people got bored with just a movie about, like in the 90s when Jurassic Park was amazing, these 3D effects, like we made dinosaurs look, and then it was like people got bored with it.
Yeah.
So we had to make this new dinosaur, which is Jurassic World, that was bigger and scarier.
Right.
So it's like they're commenting on themselves and the movie industry during that movie, which was an interesting thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the verdict is Jurassic World
Is
greatest
garbage.
of all time.
If you see someone with it, throw it in the trash, then break their neck and throw them in the trash. And then throw that trash into a dumpster.
I mean, it's still not as good as Green Lantern, but, you know, no movie is as good as Green Lantern. That is the top movie of all time.
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds, best Hal Jordan of all time.
I'd bang him. I wouldn't bang you, you piece of garbage. I'm just kidding, I would.
Yeah, me too.
Shut up! Yep! What else? Let's talk about
Talking about
Sex,
people, and they keep us saying we stand.
The problem is there's no
little
news coming out. When I started this podcast, there was a bunch. It was like right after Comic-Con.
We stare just a little too long.
You done or are you going to keep singing?
Let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love, love, skip it, love, it.
Okay, that's enough. People are tuning out. Okay, let's just move to a pick of the week. Pick of the week! Marcus, do you have any? I actually have one.
You go ahead, because I haven't, yeah.
Well, when I was sitting outside of my house, I was looking through one of my books. I was thinking about it. It's one I was kind of reluctant to get rid of because I like it.
I like it.
It's got really good art. It's called Omega Flight. It's based off of Alpha Flight, the Canadian superhero team.
I have that book. That was pretty good.
And it's about during the New Avengers, there was this mutant that I think he was a mutant. He lived in Alaska and he like manifested, but he couldn't control his powers, and he was like super like energy everywhere. He couldn't control. He's blasting people. He's like flying through, just destroying everything. And like Alpha Flight tried to stop him, and they all died. And so after Civil War, fast forward after a Civil War event, everybody decided that, hey, there's no superhero team in Canada anymore, so all the supervillains start going to Canada. So they created a new team called Omega Flight after the initiative, the superhero initiative after Civil War they did, where they were like making government sponsored super teams for all the states. So they made Omega Flight. So it was Sasquatch, the daughter of Shaman, who was a magic lady. I think her name was Talisman. She might have taken the name Shaman. U.S. Agent, which is he's like Captain America style guy.
It's like if you mix Captain America and the Punisher, kind of.
Yeah.
And the United States just sent him
Arachne.
right?
She's like a spider. It was Spider Girl.
Yeah.
And Beta Ray Bill was in it. than Vindicator, but it wasn't the original Vindicator. It was that guy who killed all the other Alpha Flights. They made him join their team and be the new Vindicator. And the Vindicator is like the original leader of the team. And they're fighting the Wrecking Crew for most of it.
Yeah.
Art is by Scott Collins, who's like a great artist. So yeah, that is a great book.
It is a great book, and it's really weird because I read it like a month and a half ago, and then I sold it as well for whatever reason. But
yeah, it's a great story, but it's not. It's like
yeah, I almost felt bad selling it, but we'll
it's
put
one
it in
of
the
those
hands
stories
of somebody
that's
else.
like sort of you like, but you're not sure if you want to keep it forever.
Yeah,
It's not like a classic like Dark Knight Returns or Watchmen.
it's kind of like when it's over, it kind of almost ends abruptly and everything, and it's like, well, there's not going to be
only
any
one
continuation.
series of it.
Yeah. So, but it's very cool. I'd recommend that as well. That's a good read.
Let's give him something to talk about. Sasquatch.
Sasquatch
Sasquatch fever.
No, duh. Sasquatch in Canada, whatever.
Yep. That's it for this week, everybody. Sorry, we sort of ran out of things to talk about. That's a problem when there's no news, and I can't really talk about Star Wars with Marcus.
Yeah.
Oh, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. premiered this week.
Ah!
Season 3.
Trey?
You don't watch that, do you?
No.
It was fun. They're doing the whole Inhumans thing, and they're like in full swing of Inhumans.
Black Bolt, greatest.
But not the royal family. They're saving that for the movie.
I just blew Tucker up because I whispered. War. War!
All right.
Black Bolt destroys the universe, screaming war.
So, I guess that's it, everybody. Have a nice week. We'll see you next week.
Love you!
Like, favorite, subscribe, tell your friends. I don't know what else. Anything else, Marcus?
I would like the phone number to all of your moms.
Yes. Just email those to me. I'll get them to them. Don't worry.
Thank you.
If I show up first, don't worry about it. Don't tell Marcus.
Yeah, that's fine.
Stop a second!